Good evening. Welcome to Talking Relationships with Andrew Spama. This is your coach, Andrew, and I am so excited to join you tonight, wherever you may be. And we are grateful that we are still given this great opportunity to be alive in these times. You know, we have gone through a lot in the past months, and it is really been a challenging times. But we are grateful that we are still here and to be able to join you. Firstly, let me apologize that I could not be with you for the past 2 weeks due to some health conditions. But look, I'm well, I'm back, and everything is fine. And also, let me appreciate your feedback, your continued feedback. And I will urge you to go to our YouTube page, which is Talking Relationships with Andrew. And then please like our YouTube page, subscribe. Also, while you are there, may you please share this clip with your friends. Invite all your friends, those that you feel that they can benefit from this. Invite them to join us tonight as we are talking relationships. Now, coronavirus has really dealt us a serious blow. We have witnessed people losing their loved ones. And the most painful thing is when one loses the breadwinner, and when children lose the breadwinner, and on top of that, you find that even the grandparents are gone. And as such, it leaves, many families, they are having this setback. And what also was painful or is painful about this virus is that, it takes anyone, it takes professionals, it takes, people that have taken years to study, to be where they are or where they were at the time. And, the person is gone just like that. And it, becomes so painful that, people, those people that when you looked at them and you were thinking to yourself, wow, they are living the life. And some were still, their children were still small. Someone that has sacrificed their lives, studying, going to university, and saying that let me get these qualifications and I will get married after, and then I'll have children. And now things were shaping up. They had good positions, either in corporate or in government offices. Their children are going to nice, expensive schools. They have got nice houses. And all of a sudden, it's like all those things are gone. And the other thing that is also painful in the times that we are in, I'm thinking about rounding up of estates with the Master of the High Court in South Africa and the processes thereof, especially when you've got a particular number of assets that you are owning or you were owning at the point of your death. It might take time, Mswazi, to round up the estate of the deceased. And at that time, remember that everything is freezed as they are rounding it up. And it can have an impact on the life of the children. So I really want to urge you and to encourage you guys that let us continue to be supportive to those friends, those loved ones that, when we looked at them, we are thinking that everything is going well, and it might be very tough for some of these children that are left. And also the other thing that is also a little bit painful is that, amongst our family members, we got vultures, we got those people who so love money that they would not even hesitate to start, running around, trying to be the executors of the estate, in order for them to benefit. So it is important that we who are still alive, we take lessons, and from these experiences. We take lessons and we plan accordingly. Because, one of the painful things is that we have seen situations where the father will go and the mother will follow. We have seen situations where the mother goes and the father follows, in a very short space of time. Then is the uncle, is the grandmother. All these people were nursing each other. And that leaves many children orphaned. Some of the children that you have never thought that they will go under the government system where they have to apply for foster care or for grants. Now they have to apply for those things because really we are living in very hard times. And the other thing that is also important there is that in these times that we are living in, many are left traumatized. Many are left, having more questions than answers. And that is where I want to urge you that please don't go through that journey by yourself. Don't go through that journey by yourself. And I offer my services, especially to the children that have lost their loved ones and they have lost both their parents and they are not coping. There's no medical aid. There's no help. Please contact us so that we can give them that services. I'll do it for free, especially for children that have lost their loved ones, just to take them through that grief process, to take them through the trauma debriefing, so that they can be able to see life a little bit differently without their parents. So that is very much important, ladies and gentlemen. Now, while still there, allow me also to touch on the importance of setting clear goals about your life as an individual. One of the problems that we experience is that when people get married, they forget who they are, they forget those goals that they always had, and they focus their attention on their spouses, focus their attention on the marriage itself, they focus their attention on children, while some focus their attention and energy in making money. And as such, they forget about their development or the goals that they have always set in their lives. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is very much important that as we live our lives, we should always go back to set up the goals. Now, this is what I normally will do during my sessions with couples. Normally, when you come for counseling, I will have the first session for the couple, where I just want to know you better, where I will ask about how you met, where you met, about, what are the memories that you have about your relationship, and many other questions that will help you and also help me to understand you as a couple better. Then after that session, then I will have individual sessions for each. I'll have a session with the husband, I'll have the session with the wife, and then after this individual session, I'll have again a combined session. So during my sessions or my couple sessions, I will have 4 sessions. The first one is for both both couples, then 2 individual sessions where I see couples aside. Then I will have the 4th one where I see the couple together. But one of the things that I normally will do in the individual sessions is to understand the person, whether it's the husband or the wife, understand their goals in the coming 5 years. In other words, wherever you are, if you were to look at your age, where you are, if you are maybe 40, for example, or 38, then you add the 5 years to your age. In other words, that means if you are 40, then you add 5 years, you will be 45. So then I ask you to look now, when we add 45 to age, automatically it will take us to 2026. All right, and as we go into 2026, then I want you to visit, 2026 as an individual. Where do you see yourself in 2026? Where do you see yourself as an individual? Where do you see yourself career-wise in 2026? Where do you see yourself financially in 2026? Where do you see yourself, with your children? Maybe your children also, they are, another one maybe is 10, another one maybe is 15. In other words, the one that is 10 in 2026, there will be 15, and another one, the one that is 15 will be 20. Then when you do all these sums, adding up the numbers, one of the questions that you need to ask is that, right, if my son or my daughter is 15 and in 2026 she'll be 20, that means she should either be at a college or at a university or maybe working. So are you ready? Now you are looking at the child as a 15-year-old, but let me tell you, in 5 years, the child will be 20. Are you ready for university? Are you ready for college? Are you ready to let your child be on their own? Now, that automatically changes the way you will relate with your child who's 15, the way you will relate with your child who is 10 years, because in 5 years they will be 15. So the kind of conversation that you will have with your daughter, the kind of conversations that you will have with your son, because very soon they will be a teenager. And how prepared are you? What are you reading about teenagehood? How are you going to prepare yourself between now and 2026 in order to deal or to address any things or things around teenagehood, around your child going to university? How are you going to plan financially? So having a clear vision, a clear goal of where you are going as husband and wife, concerning your family, concerning yourself as an individual, because this kind of thinking helps you to be intentional in your actions. All right, this kind of thinking help you to think twice about how you plan your time. Also, it helps you to think twice about the company that you keep, the kind of people that you keep around you. You know, the people that you are surrounding you, are they in line with where you want to be in 2026? The course that you are doing, if you are saying to me, Andrew, by 2026, I want to see myself having a master's. The question that I'm having already, I'm saying to you that, look, now the universities are opening. So in other words, that you need to start applying for your master's now. Because if you skip now, already you might find yourself having to complete, it takes about 2 years, some takes 3 years, even some takes 4 years. So you put that in plan, that in the coming 5 years, I want to have a master's. So what is it that you want to study about? What is it that you are doing in order to see yourself becoming or achieving that goal? And also you might be saying that by 2026, Andrew, I want to see myself being financially independent. Right now, the question that I will ask is that what do you mean by financially independent? Because someone might be saying, I want to be financially independent, meaning that they want to be out of debt. And someone might be saying that, no, by financially being independent, I want to be in a position where I'm no longer working. I don't have to trade my time for money. That can be a financial independent for someone. So all those things need to be clearly stated. Be clear about what is financially independent, what I want to advance my career in 2026. So by 2026, what do you mean by advancing your career? All right, how will you know? I think this is the very much important question. How will you know in 2026 that I have achieved my goal? How will you? So you need to have definitive, you need to have tangible things that you are going to see, right? That if I see myself drinking coffee in my Big Mac, I will have achieved my goal. So this is a tangible thing that I'm hoping, I'm now looking forward. Someone can say that if I see myself having 100,000 or 1 million in my bank account and not touching it in my daily activity or monthly to month activities, I will say that I am financially independent. So you can see that clearly this is a goal. And then from there, once you say that I want to have a million in my bank account by 2026, then you come back to 2021 and you ask yourself that if I want to have 1 million in my bank account, how much per year should I be able to save? Then you ask yourself, how much per month must I start saving? Now your big goal that you are seeing, you have cut it from 5 years to yearly, all right? And as you cut it to yearly, then you are able to say that, okay, then monthly, then you take it by day, then you take it by hour. Now, setting those good and tangible goals also helps you with the power of association ngobile, all right? Excuse me. So in other words, what I'm saying to you that when you are clear about where you want to be in the coming 5 years, you are able to associate intentionally. You are able to associate intentionally. There are some people or some of the friends that you've been with for many years that are no longer relevant, Mr. Francisco, that there are some people that you have been around for many years that are no longer relevant towards the goal that you want to achieve in your life, all right? They are no longer relevant in such a way that they want to still speak things of 1973, 1980, whereas we are talking about 2026. They still want to make jokes about 2020, and that are no longer relevant. They are not taking you forward, they are taking you backward. So when you are clear about where you want to be in life, it also will help you to know and how to choose your friend, how to choose people who will relate well to your goal. And also some of the trips that you have been taking, because you've got a clear goal or about what you want to achieve, you are able to realize that certain trips are not necessary. Certain trips and certain functions are no longer necessary because you understand the value of time, because you know that every day that passes, 2026 is coming. My friends, it's coming. We will not run away from it. But also one of the things that I have learned and I've realized that when your goal is clear in life, you become resilient. You are able to fight. Thank you, Tate Letebe Kim Swazi, when you say that the relevancy is key, right? Very much important, because when you are clear about your goal, you are able also now to you got that fighting. When sickness comes, you are able to fight the sickness because you say that I've got something, I'm not yet done. There's something that I need to achieve. When you are clear about your goal, you are careful of how you live your life, because you cannot continue taking certain risks that can put your life in danger. Now, because you need a healthy mind, you need a healthy body, you are also careful about what you drink, about what you eat, and about how you spend your time, because now you need to look after your body, because there's no need to set big goals in 2026 and you find that you achieve the goals, but you are not living long to enjoy those goals. You are not living long to enjoy those goals. So in the midst of you pursuing your goals, you need to look after your body. Ladies and gentlemen, let us clearly remember that the only thing that permits you to be here on earth is your body. All right? Your soul without your body is not allowed here on earth. All right? Your soul without your body will not enjoy the coffee. So you need your body. You need to look after your body. And then because you are clear about where you want to be in 2026, then you are also able to listen to your body. You start working with your body. If your body tells you that I am tired, then you look after it. And then also in the same time, you are able to know how far you can push your body. And then you push it with caution because you've got only one body. It is painful, ladies and gentlemen, to see that, after a week, after the funeral, already they will be getting someone to act on your position. And then after a month or so, they will be advertising your position, right? So please look after yourself. Don't sacrifice yourself and your body over work, over money, because when you take time working hard, Priska, thank you very much for coming through. When you work hard, when you put efforts in working your body, and then from there you realize that you have lived long, you have made money, but then because you are not looking after yourself, you find yourself using the same money that you have worked hard for to now find health for your body. You spend money now on medication because you did not look well after yourself. When your body was talking to you that I am feeling pain, when your body was telling you that I am feeling this and feeling that, you were just pushing it. But if you are clear about your goal, if you are clear about where you want to be, right, then you will look after the body. Now, lastly, let me say to you, ladies and gentlemen, that now it is important that as you set your goals, you also need to understand your partner's goals. Because if you don't know where you are going, how are you going to support your partner? How are you going to support your wife? How are you going to support your husband? All right? Be clear about what you want out of life. And I want to talk to a lot of us men. Many of us guys, men, gentlemen, we park our bus, we pull the handbrake, and then we say that no, as long as my wife can go to school, as long as my children can develop themselves, I'm okay. You are doing yourself injustice. Please start developing yourself. As you develop your wife, as you develop your children, it is very much important. I mean, even in some of our professions, in social work, we got what we call continual professional development, which is very key, whether you are doing medicine, whether you are doing psychology, most of the professions, they encourage, or the association bodies will say that we need continual professional development. So even it's relevant in marriage. You need to continually develop yourself. You need to continually develop yourself. You need to continually see the future and work towards a goal. And lastly, remember that yesterday is gone. You can't change it. Yesterday is given, is solid. No matter how much you may feel bad about yesterday, you cannot change it. But the future gives us hope. The future gives us something to live for, something to look forward to. That is why the future must be so wide and clear. 2026 must be wide and clear to you. But once you have seen 2026, you come back into the present. I like it when Paul writes that for the prize that was set before him, he endured the pain, even the pain of the cross. And I want to tell you, my friend, if the prize is clear, if you know where you are going, if you know the future, if you have seen into the future, and you saw how nice the future is, there is nothing that will stand on your way. There is nothing, no obstacle, no supervisor, no manager, no downgrading that will stand on your way, because you know that every step that I'm taking is taking me on the other side. There will be people who will say that, no, you don't have to be there. We don't have to fight. Why should you sacrifice? Everything is well. But you said, no, I have seen on the other side, and I cannot afford to settle for this little bit when the future is looking so bright. How is your future? Where do you see yourself in 2026? Where are you? Where are you staying? What are you driving? What is your salary? What position are you holding? What are you doing at the moment in order for you to achieve that goal? What are you reading in line with what you want to achieve? What are you listening to in line with what you want to achieve? What are you watching, Mr. Rachidi, in line with what you want to achieve? Because it's very much important. We cannot just live life from day to day. The future must be clear. The goal must be clear. And we need to stand and say that I have seen something big. I have seen the future. I've seen buses, Mr. Rachidi. I have seen buses, and I'm going there. I'm going there. When the goal is clear, when the why is clear, the how will take care of itself. Can I repeat that as I bid you farewell? When the why is clear, for sure, how it will happen will take care of itself. So I want to encourage you, stay safe, write it down, Vision 2026. Where do you see yourself? Thank you. This is your coach, Andrew Spama, as I talk relationships. Let us meet next week around this time, 8 o'clock. Tomorrow, we are talking divorce at Botlokwa Community Radio. And then also around 4 o'clock on Radio Bob, your relationship coach will be there. And in the evening, at 8 o'clock, we are meeting at TUTFM. So please, let us join there as we continue to become better, because we are intentional in what we watch, what we listen to, and what we read. This is your coach and your brother, Andrew Spama. God bless you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.